talk about shoes on the shelf. We talk about sometimes building these things. Sometimes we build these things out and we don't have someone raising their hand, or we got a customer and then it fell by the wayside. I would just encourage you guys to not give up on some of these projects. I saw someone ask her, so wait, how did you sell it? And I don't remember the answer exactly, but it was basically like, I just told someone what I had and they wanted it. It was like the most basic thing. Sometimes we're looking for the perfect solution or the perfect way or the perfect, word track to sell something. It was like, nah, I just, told someone what I had. I mean, it's crazy. There's so much business out there for the skill sets that you guys have and the skill sets you guys have learned through this group. It's insane. It's literally, if your back was against the wall, which I know a lot of you guys think your back's against the wall, but it's not. If your back was against the wall in 1 week's time with the skills, once you have been through this training and understand kind of the whole lay of the land, you could go out in 1 week's time and rip so much cash out of your marketplace. It's insane. But the problem is fear grips us, right? Well, my job does pay me pretty well, or I don't have time or whatever, man. I don't know. I think you got to kind of have that grit inside of you. You got to kind of feel like your back's against the wall. I know I'm a different cat in the sense that I get freaked out like big time. Like, keep me up at night, wake me up early, middle of the night, out of sleep, and I could have $1 million in the bank, and I'm afraid out of my mind that I'm gonna go broke. Just the way I roll. I don't know what it is. I don't know what happened to me. I don't know what, but I can tell you straight up, like, and as I've made more money, the number just keeps getting bigger that I'm more freaked out about. I don't know why. So I've been like this since I was a kid. And I almost create an environment that my back is always against the wall because I'm so afraid of going broke. I'm so afraid of not having it. So I'm willing to get out there and hustle hard, even when I've made a bunch of money or have a bunch of money, because I never wanted to go below this new number that I just hit. Right? I was just working with one of our sales guys today. We just paid him $100,000 for the month. One of our sales guys, and that was a goal that he hit. And I was like, look, bro, like, now it's time to raise your goals up, and now you should get scared if you ever drop below that. Like, you got to start to have that mentality in your business, in the way that you guys approach these things. Is like, don't ever get comfortable, man, because someone's going to be there to eat your lunch here soon. Things could go sideways in a hurry. You don't know, right? But if you're always playing like your freaking back's against the wall, you can't lose. You'll always figure a way to win every freaking time. I know every time my stomach gets grumbling and I need food, man, I find food. How many of you guys have went starving? Obviously none of you guys, because you're here on this thing. I'm not saying you didn't go hungry for a few days and eat some bologna and ham and government cheese. I'm not saying that, okay? I'm saying, how many of you starved to death? Not even one of you guys, okay? None of us starved to death. What does that mean? That means we always find a way to get at least the basic necessities done. So imagine if you took that same drive and that same hunger, right, into business, and you treated your business like that. Like, the skills that we have, many of you guys could set yourself free in a month. In a week, you could get at least enough money, and that you've had more, in 1 week with the skills you guys have, you could bring more money than you've ever brought in an entire month in your existence, guaranteed. Okay, done it. I know you guys can do it too. It's the grit. It's the fear. It's the back against the wall mentality that we lack because we get comfortable. I get it, man. Hey, I get off work. I'm tired. My feet hurt. Who knows? Insert whatever's going on. We all got crap going on, right? And then it's like, well, it's comfortable to go sit on the couch and watch Thursday night football, right? Which would be kind of cool to go do right now. Or I got to grit down because I'm going to get my family into a position that they've never been in, and I'm going to do it fast because you know what? Money loves speed, right? Money loves action. Many of you guys don't understand that you could take, and I talk about this all the time, but it's so good to bring back up. You can take your entire year, compress it into a month. Many of you guys, if I told you to go back through, many of you guys that have been around for any sort of time, in the last year, you've produced 8 lead gen properties. You could do it this week, right? You could do it with the final countdown promo. You could take a year's worth of work and, on the tracks, off the tracks, on the rail, off the rail, busy with this, family vacations, this, that, the other thing, job, whatever. Compress time. When you learn how to compress time, man, money becomes really in abundance. Okay. For a lot of you guys don't understand what that means yet. But if you look at it from a job standpoint, like, look, if your boss that you work for could take your 40-hour work week, which is 160, what is that? 160 hours a month. If you could work 160 hours a week, they would want you to work it. Why? Because they're going to get that much more. They're going to get a month's worth of work out of you in a week, right? Well, in our businesses, we can do this oftentimes because we do have the ability, because we use so much time, we waste so much time on so many different stupid things, non-revenue generating activities. We'll waste 8 hours, no problem. 9 hours, no problem, right? You guys got to start compressing your workload. It's incredible the amount of income, and I'm talking small income, like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month that people have been able to produce from going through this training program in the course of a year. And I'm like, guys, you only were working 2 hours on the weekends or 3 hours on the weekends on this. Imagine that. So in 52 weeks, you worked 100 hours on this. You give your boss 100 hours every month. You could compress your year into a month, right? And then so on and so forth. Compress your year into a week, compress your year into a day. We're not there yet. We've got close to compressing our initial first year of business, the amount of offers that we made to the marketplace. We've almost compressed that into a day with obviously with scaling out with other help. We can't all do it ourselves. And that just goes with time and growing. But just look at your last 3 months. Look at your last 6 months. How many lead gen properties did you make? Really? Be honest with yourself and say, hey, can I compress my last 3 months into the next week? Go take advantage of that final countdown if you're not going to do it yourself. Be honest with yourself. If there's certain things you're not going to do in this business because you don't like doing them, then get rid of them. Let someone else do them for you. It doesn't even have to be us. I don't care who does it. Just start compressing time. Your money will grow.